Hey everyone, it's Dr. H. Happy Tuesday already. Uh, First, I want to say how much I enjoyed seeing all of you log in between 9 and 1 if you were on a Chromebook. If you weren't on a Chromebook, I didn't see you log in, but I did check around to see who is doing work. Don't forget that that's a really great pattern to establish, that you just do your work between 9 and 1, because that's when your teachers and I are available to support you. And so if you're using a Chromebook, we can see you on GoGuardian, we can say hi. If you're not, we're going to check around and make sure through Google Classroom whether we see you doing any work. And just thank you to all of you who are continuing to do work. So today, your formative assessment or assignment, not assessment, which is graded, all of this is graded by the way, is dividing by hundredths. So dividing not fractions, but decimals, and then adding fractions with unlike decimals. You've done this before, it's just been a while. So let's review, okay? So the first problem I'm going to do as a review is 3 75 hundredths. 3 75 hundredths divided by 25 hundredths. Now, the very first thing you want to do is make this number a whole number. So we are going to scoop, so that decimal is now after the 5. So our number is 25. If we did that to this side, right, we have to do it to this side. So we're going to scoop and put our new decimal here. So we don't have a decimal here anymore. We don't have a decimal here. We've got one after the 25 and we've got one after the 5. All right, so I know, because I'm thinking about this in quarters, that 25 cents does not go into 1, or does not go into 3, so I'm going to put a 0 there. I know that 25 goes into 37, or 37 divided by 25 is 1. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 2 is 2. Now I'm going to subtract. 7 minus 5 is 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. I'm going to bring down that 5. And again, thinking of quarters, I know that 25 cents, if I have 5 quarters, I have $1.25. Or how many quarters does it take to make $1.25? 5. So I'm going to put my 5 there and multiply. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 2 is 10, plus this 2 is 12, and I subtract it and get 0. I'm going to then move my decimal straight up, and so my answer is 15. So 3 75 hundredths divided by 25 hundredths is 15. That's the answer, 15, right? You can put this decimal there or not. All right, let's do another one because it's just a little confusing, I think, to have to move those decimals. And we're going to work on number 7, okay? So I'm going to make 1 8/10, there's my decimal, divided by 9 hundredths. So don't forget again, I have to make 9 a whole number. So I'm going to scoop twice, put my new decimal there. Here, I need to scoop twice. I'm going to put a 0 here and my new decimal there. This is no longer a decimal. That is no longer a decimal. So let's do our new problem. 9 goes into 1 0 times. 9 goes into 18 2 times. 2 times 9 is 18. 18 minus 18 is 0. I need to carry down that 0. 9 goes into 0 0 times. I'm going to move my decimal straight up, and my decimal follows the 20. So my answer is 20. Got it? So scoop to make a whole number, however many times you scoop here. And for all of these problems, it's going to be, well, it's not necessarily. So however many scoops you do here, you're going to do the same amount of scoops in this part of the problem. And then you're going to just put your decimals straight up. All right? It's multiple choice. No, I don't think it is multiple choice, but I think you're going to get the answers pretty easily. You're going to be able to do this independently. All right, so adding fractions with unlike denominators. So let's look at number 2. 1/2 plus 3/8. Now you might be tempted to just say it's 4/10. That is not the right answer. Don't do that. That's wrong. So let me erase that. That's my sound effects for erasing. So how do I solve this problem? Well, I need to find common denominators. These numbers have to be the same. The easiest way for me to find a common denominator with even numbers is just to see which is the bigger number and make my smaller denominator match my larger denominator. That really works well with even numbers. So I know that 8 is my larger number, so I didn't make any changes there, but this 2 needs to become an 8. How did it become an 8? I multiplied it by 4. So I have to multiply this times 4. So I've got 4 8s. So now I can solve my problem. 4 plus 3 is 7. 8 doesn't change. The denominator doesn't change. So my answer is 7/8 for number, which one was I working on? Number 2. All right. So let's work on one more just to make sure you've got it. Let's pick one where the numbers aren't equal or even. I'm sorry. So we're going to work on number 9. So I have 7/9 plus 1/6. Okay. So I cannot easily turn the 6 into a 9. I can't make this 9 into a 6. So I need to find a common denominator. So an easy way to do this would be just to multiply 9 times 6. And that would give you a common denominator. But that means you're going to have a lot of reducing or simplifying at the end. One of the things we taught you is to just do your numbers off to the side. So 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 2 is 18. Sorry, that's an 18. 9 times 3 is 27. I could do that with a 6. 6, 12, 18. Well, look at that, 18. My common denominator, my lowest common denominator is 18. So I'm going to make both of these numbers 18, both of these denominators. How did I get my 9 to be 18? Well, I multiplied both of them times 2. So 9 times 2 is that 18. 7 times 2 is 14. 6, I had to go to 3, right? 6, 12, 18. So 6 times 3 is 18. 1 times 3 is 3. So now I can find the answer to the problem. So let me use my eraser to give myself some room here. My eraser sound. All right. And I know that 14 plus 3 is 17. And then we don't change anything for the 18. The denominator stays the same. So my answer is 18. I'm also going to put up a Khan Academy video to help you out because they do such a great job explaining it. But I think you're solid now. There are only 7 problems for you to do. and I think that you will do them fairly quickly. All right, you guys, take care, and I look forward to seeing you doing your work.